welcome to your weekly Salty Sports. I'm Sean Christensen.
And I'm Brian McDonald.
You sure it's not McDonald's? I thought that was your last name.
No, I've told you several times the correct spelling of my last name. Jimmer Fredette came to town this last week to play the Utah Jazz. They lost, but Jimmer scored 10 points. What was interesting is that Jimmer had more playing time in this game than he did in the last 3 games against the Jazz combined. Now, Jimmer hasn't been getting as much playing time as we would have anticipated when he was drafted into the NBA. What are your thoughts on this, Sean?
Well, Brian, I'm glad you asked, and I don't want to sound like everyone who does the analysis on this, but he's on the wrong team. He's got the wrong fit. You look at the Sacramento Kings roster, and it's a lot of me-first guys trying to chuck up a lot of shots, inefficient offense, just trying to get points so that way after their rookie contract, they can get a big max contract. And it just doesn't work for Jimmer. He's more of a shooter. He's a system guy, and I think if he were on a different team that used him better, more like a Kyle Korver or maybe even a J.J. Redick eventually, I think is kind of his ceiling.
Wonderful.
Thanks. Jabari Parker, the second-ranked high school basketball recruit out of Chicago, came down with his family to visit Provo and the campus. A couple of students had a fundraiser to print some shirts to try and entertain Jabari and get him interested in joining the Cougar Blue next year. Brian, don't you have one of those shirts?
You mean one of these shirts?
Yeah, one of those shirts.
Of course I do. Well, the shirts were a big hit, bringing hope that Mr. Parker can bring his style to the Provo campus.
Like Parker style, right?
No. But BYU students made a Parker-style video in parody of that very popular Gangnam Style YouTube hit. Let's take a look.
Let's check it out.
Duke or MSU, and I said, oh no, there's only one place for you, Jabari, that's Provo. Like Jimmer and Danny did, you've got to rise and shout, cause Katie Couric told us, and now the story's out.
In the NFL, former Utah quarterback Alex Smith has just recovered from concussion. However, one thing that did not recover was his starting position as quarterback. Colin Kaepernick had an awesome game against the Bears, one of the best defenses in the league, and as a result is now the starting quarterback for the Niners. What are your thoughts on this, Sean?
Alex Smith has done a good job for the 49ers over these last few years, but Colin Kaepernick, filling in for Alex Smith, has done a phenomenal job. But like most feel-good sports stories, you can ask Jeremy Lin, they usually come to an end. Colin Kaepernick, I don't think he really has enough experience to carry this team with high playoff aspiration, but Alex Smith is getting paid $7.5 million to sit on the bench, which is a lot to pay a guy who could start for several NFL teams right now. So I'm expecting a change in the near future.
Well, everyone, thank you for joining us on Salty Sports.
Thanks and have a good night. You're number 1.
Yeah, Parker style.